you doing? Also, hey everybody, it's Nathan and Johnny with Sampson Farms. How y'all doing? We and it's being weird. Anybody hear me? Anybody see me? If you can see me, tell me I'm ugly. I don't know if it's working. Is it working? Hey Cecilia, hey Keith. My wife is cute. Yeah, she's cute. Mouthy, but she's cute. See, everybody thinks she's all so quiet and sweet and all this stuff. She ain't quiet. Whew, we had a busy weekend. Busy weekend. We were gone all weekend. Hey, Grammy Karen. Hey, hidden within myself. Camping this time of the year, even under full tree covers. Uh, it's rough. It was hot. So, what is everyone up to? Hey, Southern Blessed Homestead, how y'all doing? Is it Mac or Miss Patty? Got a feeling it's Mac, but I'm usually wrong with them. It was nice there today. It wasn't that nice here today. It was still warm. My post on Facebook was busy. Oh yeah, I have been stealing memes left and right because they are hilarious. Not that I'm intentionally meaning to offend anybody, but people will be offended. And quite honestly, it don't bother me if you get offended or not. I find it funny, and that's what matters. Oh, Miss Patty's canning. What's she canning up for you? At least I kept Grandma Karen laughing. I know Max enjoyed quite a few of them too, because they are funny. Hey, Pathways Homestead, how you doing, Cindy? Yeah, Mac, I'll steal anybody's memes. It don't bother me none. And that's my thoughts too, exactly, Cecilia. And if they know me, they won't get offended. Hey, Drops Family Garden. And if they do get offended, they probably don't know me, so I really don't care. Cecilia says I have charms. Johnny's thinking she wished she knew where I had hidden my charms. And then her second thought is, I would like some Lucky Charms. She laughs because she knows I'm telling the truth.
Only if it's chocolate.
Only if they're chocolate Lucky Charms.
Mm-hmm.
I could use some chocolate Lucky Charms here myself too. Oh, this stream was brought to you by my good friends at Four Blessing Farm, Ed and Jen. Check them out if you haven't checked them out before. They're some great people. Mm. Cecilia says that you love my Lucky Charms. If I had any Lucky Charms, she done stole them. She done stole all the frosted mini wheats. That's all right. I like a cereal not many people like. It's called Honey Smacks. It's like puffed wheat, and not many people like it, but I do, so I don't have to worry about sharing. Hey, Thrifty VG, how you doing? Yeah, like I was saying, we had a Patriot meeting this weekend with state leadership uh, to discuss how to move forward as a state on things, which went well. I just got to write up some training manuals. Too much sugar in those. Your version might be a little bit different from our version because I know that's quite often the case on a lot of things. Five inches of rain. Oh, that's nice. We got some rain yesterday evening that I wasn't expecting, and that was pretty nice. But quite honestly, this year I haven't been doing much outside. Last year we did a lot outside, but we had no air conditioning. Well, we had air conditioning, they were window units, but they couldn't keep up. So our house was always hotter on the inside than it was outside. Surviving, riding, babysitting in a motel. Ooh, motels aren't no fun. Johnny likes babysitting, except for she says they squirm too much and they crawl out from under her butt. Now that was going to be my next question. Why you're in a motel? Hopefully it's for a something good and not something bad. Excuse me. I did put out a video yesterday. I've got two more filmed. I just have to edit them. Yesterday's I liked. I filmed it a couple of weeks ago, and been putting off editing it, being lazy, all that good stuff. But finally got it done, and then got to see all the mini animals, and that's not even all the mini animals. That's just the mini animals behind his house. Uh, there's like 7 more minis down the road, all mini donkeys. But I figured anybody that likes mules or just small animals in general would absolutely love Midnight, the baby mini mule. Pathways Homestead. Yeah, we had our single wide. We had 3 window units, one in our bedroom, one in the living room, and one in the kitchen. And the one in the kitchen and living room, even working together, uh, couldn't maintain that 300 square foot area. Oh, wow. That's no good. Hopefully, you can get that taken care of with some legal counsel. Hey, Camp Patton Family Farm, how you doing? Yeah, she is, Miss Brenda. And if she runs around with Queenie, Meanie, and Dreamy, they could camouflage her pretty well. They're all the same color. Canning was miserable. Not just canning, cooking, period, is miserable in that kind of heat. When the inside of your house is 92 degrees, and then you go and turn on the stove and add all that heat to it that's not getting cooled down, no, you got to find alternate means of cooking, like lots of grilling out, lots of running stuff on the smoker. Uh, we had a one of those canopy tents on the front porch, and we would sit under it and enjoy that until it just got dark outside. But this house is spoiling us with the central heat and air. Exactly, Cecilia. That's why I have the barbecues outside. Also got big propane burner to fry stuff in or cook turkeys or whatever. Yeah, lots of salads, lots of sandwiches for around lunchtime. A lot of stuff that you didn't have to do anything with the stove. Lots of cereal. Cereal's good too. I don't mind some cereal. Actually, after this is over, I'll probably get me a bowl of cereal. Oh no. Nah, the canned goods are great, but you don't want to heat them up. Not in the house because they just compound the heat in the house, and yeah, that's why you get stuff like that. You really wouldn't have to worry about heating up, like cream of mushroom soup, because you really ain't got to heat that stuff up. You just open that dude up, plop it off in a bowl, and grab you like a half a loaf of bread, and just go to dipping. Yeah, Thrifty, we hope you find a place real soon as well, because I know that motel is costing more than what you want to pay. But hopefully you can get like a lawyer to help you get this settled. That way you can get what, because this is costing you money at this point, but from being illegally evicted. So he will probably have to pay treble damages, triple the damages or whatever. Which I've seen it happen. Let's just hope it happens. So what have all of y'all been up to? I'm curious. I want to know. Like I said, me and Johnny, all we did was hang out in some cedar trees all weekend. Yeah, Thready, we'll keep you in our thoughts on that. Ooh, old apple tree stump. What did Misty say? I saw where he was commenting. Misty. Canning. What are you canning, Miss Brenda? Getting pole beans coming in. I need to go check on the squash and zucchini again. I hadn't checked on it the last couple of days, but I pretty well picked it clean Friday or Thursday. Had a long weekend with family in Missouri. My mom came down from Missouri this weekend, but we were gone. We didn't know where she was coming. But we went up. We were in Missouri in June for my grandmother's birthday. Canned a bunch of tomatoes. Our zucchini's been going for a couple of weeks now. And I don't think I've never messed with a Hubbard squash or anything of that nature. I do crookneck squash and zucchini, and that's about it, other than like cantaloupe and cucumbers out of the cubrit family and watermelon. But as in squash and stuff, it's zucchini and crookneck squash. That's about it. It lives over very close to Independence, Missouri, then, huh? Or Jefferson City. I mean, squash and tomatoes get hit by frost. Ooh, that's always rough. I was fortunate in 14 years. I only had to go to um, Fort Leonard one time, and that was just for some doctor stuff when I was in Jeff City, Missouri. I've never had to do a bit of training there. Ooh, canned butter. I gotta look that more. Hey, Ivy's Forge and Homestead. Hey, it's fine. We can't smell you. Hey, the Heathstead, how y'all doing? Near Waynesville. Yep. See, because I deployed out of Jefferson City, Missouri to go to Iraq in 2003. I went to Jeff City, then we went to Fort Riley, and then they sent us to Iraq. Well, that feels like a million years ago nowadays. Miss Brenda, I'm gonna have to get with you on the canning of the zucchini because I might do some of that. Because Johnny has a recipe for zucchini. No, it's not zucchini; it's eggplant, isn't it? She does barbecued eggplant. Your husband was in Afghanistan in 2011, 2012. I was in Iraq in 2004. Well, 2003, I deployed in September. Went to Fort Riley in December. Was in Iraq in February. I came home in March of the next year. Yeah, she'll take and skin out the eggplant, cube it up. You put a little bit of oil on it, don't you?
Yeah, or butter.
And she puts a little bit of oil or butter on it, and then she'll saute that down, and then she will uh, put barbecue sauce on that and let cook that down to where it uh, becomes a little bit more sticky on the eggplant, and that's the way she really likes it. Oh, I bet. And besides, it's too hot to be doing much forge work because yeah. Fermented some zucchini, didn't like the results, huh? Baghdad Camp Liberty 2006. I've been to Camp Liberty many times. I was not that far away from there at Little Otaji. Hey, Missy, Wiccan Chicken Homestead, how you doing? Hey, Brett and Cindy's. Hey, Mo, how you doing? That video probably looked better if it wasn't me in it. As all Johnny. It looked way better. We like to make personal pizzas on slices of eggplant. We do something similar to that, except for the eggplant, we use zucchini. So you can slice you a thick piece of zucchini from one that you let get a little bit big, build you a pizza on that and bake it. Or just cut it in half and then seed it and then build your pizza in that and grill it. Thumbs up, guys. I really appreciate it. On another news, a little while back we got monetized. We finally got our first YouTube check today. Wasn't much, but it was nice. R2D2 was what's this one? C-RAM shooting. Oh yeah, I remember when they started putting in the C-RAMs for every base, and those things are awesome. Zucchinis in the summer for salads instead of cucumbers. That's pretty cool. Johnny makes it all better, Miss Brenda says. Grandma Karen, you were probably on my first live. I don't remember how long ago that was, but a ring light. Yeah, we have a ring light. We got it when there was a sale on it. It's about this big. It's got like 3 different colors and a bunch of different intensities. Normally I just plug it right up into the laptop here, and I forgot all about getting it today. Yep. Well, the CRAM went to blood because that was a major flight line there for the Air Force. So I can understand why they would put a CRAM there, because when you have that many C-130s going in and out of there, they need the protection, because the soldiers inside those things are defenseless. We can't do nothing. We're just strapped. Because we don't even have our weapons. Usually because we're leaving out for leave to come home for 2 weeks. And we're just strapped in. They take off, and then they go straight up. And when they come in, they do the direct opposite. They come in, and they go right down. And from there, you would, for me to go back to Taji, we would get on a Chinook helicopter, or the big dudes with the double props on top, the rotary wings, and they only had 3 guns, 160 on each side and 160 coming out the back. And you're on it with your gear with no rifle until you get back to your base and you go pick up your rifle. So you're pretty well defenseless. But it's not from Taji to Balad flight-wise, it's like 15 minutes. Because before they put those systems in place to use the Chinooks to take people to Balad to send them out for their leave, the unit I was deployed with, they had vehicles with built metal boxes in the back of them, and soldiers would ride in these things around midnight at night to Baghdad International Airport, and we would pull security for them on the QRF team. We would run with these trucks at night so they could get to Bayat and head out for their leave. Drops Family Garden, it's exactly the same thing. The Phalanx and the CRAM, I believe they're identical. Cecilia, a lot of missions are not secretive. It just depends on what unit you're with. Like everything I did was common knowledge. Ivy's Forge and Homestead, don't even worry about it, man. Not hijacking anything. Sometimes I have trouble figuring out what to talk about anyway. And I think the only reason that the computer system is different is because the CWIS is actually constantly moving and the CRAM is stationary. So the targeting has to be different for that because the variables are different. So you have a weapon platform that's constantly moving. It needs a different targeting algorithm to correlate something coming in from this direction at this speed versus the ship movement at this speed. So when it lines up to send out the flak shield, the actual round that it's trying to destroy will fly into it. Where a CRAM doesn't need that much. It doesn't need that much input. It needs to know the direction it's coming from, the altitude, the arc, where it's at, and where to send in the rounds. Hey, Morris Patch at home, little Heaven Homestead, how you doing? Love seeing behind me. Thank you. I went and got that from the other house the other day and unfolded her and hung her up. Now I know it looks backwards to y'all. Maybe it looks backwards to y'all. To me, it looks backwards, but it's actually not. It's just the way the camera is, because I'm actually, in my view, it's completely opposite from the way it is where I'm sitting right now. So, okay. I didn't know, because the way it looks to me, I don't know if my picture is backwards to y'all or not. So, because, this is my left arm. So that is actually correct. Well, Drops Family Garden, I mean, that is, hey, Rolling Homestead and Wild Edibles in Wisconsin. How you doing? Decided you're getting a pirate flag? Me and Johnny used to live in a place when we had a pirate flag hanging off of our, it had a spiral staircase going up to a second story on the outside. We hung a pirate flag off of it. Well, I used to have a case with a flag in it they give me when I come back home from Iraq. Had some other stuff, and it got lost in a move. I wouldn't mind putting up 3 flagpoles in my front yard. One for the American flag, one for the Tennessee flag, and then one for the, I don't know, some other patriot flag to put up there. But I'd also like to put like ham antennas in them. Big Castle Palace at Camp Liberty. If I'm not mistaken, there was some SF stationed at Camp Liberty. So I think we did some wheeling and dealing with them for some explosives. Hey, Amy Wall, how you doing? So, Mark, what have you been up to? They had a good pool. They built a pool on our base over there. Hey, Simply Southern Roots, it's fine. Cecilia, my plans are to not get overheated outside. Well, that's about it. We've got an event this weekend to do for some training, bushcraft and survival stuff. Well, I mean, they didn't really build it. It was already there, but they cleaned it out because first time I ever rolled by there was a 55-gallon drum in it with no water. But they cleaned it out and pressure washed it, repainted it, made it kind of like a Hawaiian themed deal going on there. But it's pretty cool. And then across the road from that, they built a softball field. All right, Ivy's Fortune Homestead. Talk to you later. Am I going to be filming what? Me staying out of the heat? No, that's boring. Me just sitting in my car. Yeah, Mo, that it helps retain water. That's why he does that. It's a pretty good thing actually. When it keeps his electrolytes up. All right, Missy, Wicken Chicken Homestead, take care. No, I don't train any of that. I I don't film any of that. There are too many people involved, and they like their anonymity. Anonymous. They like to stay anonymous. So no, not filming none of that. Oh, you got a new drone. That sounds fun. And crop damage. Did you take much crop damage? Hope not, because I don't want to hear anybody having to have too much stuff tore up. And if I think about it in 30 minutes, I will be at your premiere to see what I can do to holler at you. My back itches right here. Can you get it? Oh, itchy, lower. Oh, yeah, no, too low. Woo, not there. So, no, I would happily film it, but I don't think any of the other people would like to be filmed during all this. Eventually, maybe they might. That was for comic effect. Her hand was actually up here on my shoulder. But y'all know me. Now, you might not. She might have been grabbing my butt. You never know. She does that kind of stuff. Gotta watch her. Sea drops, and that's the thing too. And that makes perfect sense, and that's why I don't film it. Um, but she smiled. It made her all smiley now. Yeah. She gets my comedy, and she loves it. Well, Amy Wall, there is a difference between a sharpshooter and a sniper. Whereas I am an Army qualified sharpshooter, I am not a sniper. Tower guard. Now you're making me sound like me think that she's a Air Force possibly as a security forces. Well, that's not specifically a MOS or a job. Most snipers are 11 Bravo. Then there's the 18 series, uh, 19 Deltas. They've got some snipers. Forward observers do too, but that's about it. It's usually just combat arms that have snipers, and combat arms are notorious for not having females in their ranks. No, Misty, you don't count. It still itches. And big on check in tomorrow evening as Misty makes a patty melt. I do like me some patty melts. Miss Brenda loves your hat.
Thank you, Miss Brenda.
Johnny loves her hat too. She says she likes it because she doesn't have to brush her hair. You can just throw her hat on. That's the reason I wear a hat. That way I don't have to brush my hair. It works too. So has anybody started picking black eyed peas yet? I don't even think mine have started putting on any pods. I got hair. I don't know what you're talking about. I got plenty of hair. Where I had to keep your nose from burning. Got more hair than you do, Keith. Mm-hmm. Your cowpeas are just blooming. Okay. See, I planted my peas I got from Southern Blessed Homestead, the pink-eyed purple holes. They didn't take, and so like 3 weeks later, I planted some black-eyed peas. Huh. I mean, they're 2 foot tall. I haven't seen any blooms on them yet. Got a bunch of Scotch bonnets out there, though. Those dudes turn color, it's over. Tattoo on your head that says rub for good luck. That's funny. Black-eyed beans. Never heard of black-eyed beans. There's a bunch of varieties of cowpeas I like, but I mean, pink eyes, black eyes, purple holes are huge around here. Uh, that's pretty well what most people grow. I don't care, really. They all taste about the same to me. See, I didn't even plant 1,500-year-old cave beans. I planted 0 beans. I waited and procrastinated too much and didn't get none of that done. I do know that I need to buy a bunch of black plastic, go mold my garden spot, and just cover it up with plastic until next spring and then plant. Your watermelon's starting to bloom. You might have watermelon in 2 months. Your granny always planted purple holes. I have shelled a ton of purple holes, peas, in my life. And I have snapped a lot of snap beans in my life, even though I will not eat snap beans or green beans. I have processed a bunch of them. So on carrots, pole beans, and lettuce. Ooh, nice. It's getting hard to plant cabbage and grow lettuce, stuff like that, because the weather changed from it's nice to it's so hot. Getting that timing right is kind of rough for them to get to a good size before they just burn up. See, and I don't like. Simply Southern Roots, I planted those and then they never sprouted. I think it fixed itself, Keith. Let me know. Yeah, Eli, how's tractor business? Has it been keeping you away from me? Hmm? Cage out there we need to put up on legs or something. Yeah, there's some that are like 55-day bush,
It's telling me to make my duck house too.
and we still need to make a duck house. Apparently, we got to get ducks next year. Have we decided on? Will you stop? Toe ball on the table. You're moving it. You see the whole thing shaking. It's like earthquake. See that? Stop. Have we decided that we wanted the Swedish blue ducks yet?
If you want Swedish blue ducks, I just want ducks.
Makes it easy for me. All I gotta do is get the blue Swedish ducks. Speckled Sussex. And we're buffering again. Zipper peas and anchor peas are my favorite peas to eat and grow. Huh. Are either of those a green pea? Are you moving to northern Arizona, single man? Planting a lot of root vegetables you'll dig up in the winter. Makes sense to me, too. You can go pick them as you need them. You have a runner duck you need to rehome? You want a runner duck?
Mm-hmm.
Go to Miss Brenda's and get it. Yeah, the garden's so behind because of frost. This spring messed me up because the weather just couldn't act right. Never heard of oil peas. Yeah, I remember you were talking about doing that earlier in the year, Eli, but then you said something about you might have to sell it and then stay in California, but I'm glad you're finally getting there if you're getting there. I'm sure you will like the laws a lot better than what you currently have. All right, Mark, holler at you later. Beets and turnips and all that stuff is perfect if you got a spot of ground you want to till up. Oh, yeah, Brett and Cindy's Tennessee living. The weather was definitely wacky. I just planted stuff in January to go set it out in March like normal, and then it was like April before you could even do anything. Zippers are green when shelled. Huh. I guess it's just a type of cowpea I'm not really familiar with. Put spinach in the ground last week. I might have to do that soon for Johnny. She likes spinach. She just likes fresh spinach salads. All right, Brett and Cindy, Tennessee living. Take care. Don't let your garden work you too hard. Might just get some big pots and overwinter some stuff in the greenhouse this year too, like some tomatoes in the greenhouse. Might just do a couple plants of different things in there as we go along. I'm actually thinking about moving it closer to the garden area. Not a big fan of chard. See, that's why you take revenge on the squirrels by eating them for eating your food. It's win-win. But yeah, I'm thinking about moving the greenhouse back to where my raised beds are. I still got to get those filled up. Got to build the greenhouse tops for them. That way the weather doesn't affect me as hard. But filling them up is one of the big things. You love Swiss chard. I'm glad it's always just been like bitter to me. I never liked it.
I want to try turnip.
You want to try it?
But I need something besides the way your mom used to make it. That scared me.
This is your mom's turnip recipe. You
No,
grow
it's
lettuce,
stupid.
tomatoes, carrots, onions, chard, gourmet lettuce indoors during the winter for salads. So I'm thinking about using my greenhouse for that this winter as well. Um, I just want to move it back closer to the garden. I still need to put vents in it for summertime, but yeah, I want to move it back that way. Because one, I think it'd look better, and it opened my backyard up a little bit differently. I wouldn't mind that so much. Hey, Kinfolk Farmer Georgia, how you doing, man? And microgreens. Microgreens aren't too bad. Got some quail in the incubator hatching. So I might have to put together a temporary brooder for them because the automatic brooder is full of temperature's fair chickens. Can't hardly find any pressure treated wood around for your bait. Oh, that's weird. I found there's plenty of pressure treated wood around here. Nice. 80 of them in there to hatch. That's awesome. Got wild Californian quail or gambrel quail. They're just a little bit different. I mean, ours are a little bit bigger. Not in the Spokane area. Huh. That's weird. Because that's what my greenhouse is on treated 4x6s. Made a burger before we got on here, so we're good for food for right now. Wrap up point of this. Anybody got any questions or anything for us? Getting to this. Anybody got any questions or anything for us? Because they are in Georgia. Georgia. Hanging out with some friends down there. I'm still here. No, I'm not buffling. It's Johnny's fault. I have Coturnix quail. I'm not buffering though. It says I have strong signal.
We're not just a minute ago.
Alright, it's being done. Oh. Oh. Okay, I'm back now. What about my front? Are we both here? That's what you have? Well, Coturnix is a broad term for a huge family of quail. Johnny, you mean?
No.
You know how you know she's lying? She opened her mouth. You was mean. Jayla, that's not nice to say about Johnny that she's a little wonky. You're stalling and the wheel comes up. What? Oh, there goes the stupid thing. Oh, there goes the stupid thing. All right, everybody. Let me know if I'm back, and then we will end this thing. YouTube is telling me that it has seen my ugly face long enough. Yeah, see, once you got Italians, you have whites, things of that nature, and jumbos. And YouTube hates me. Wet. And I should have restarted this before we started this. Oh, crud. No, I don't want to exit the page. Go down that force. Not that.
Would you? I'm picking up, but that ended up on the.
This ain't done. You butt picker. You just admitted on camera you're a butt picker. It won't let me shut it off.
Can't you like?
Hit the X?
Yeah.
No.
Why?
Because that's not how this works.